Hi, this is Adam Khoo, and I'll be going through my November and December trade reviews for my stock swing trading systems, as well as an overall analysis of the entire 2017 performance of my stock trading systems. Okay, so my last trade review was in October, and at that time I had one more trade that was open, which was INVA, and it's closed with a win of 3R. So that brings October to a positive 0.73R. So although it didn't end the month negative, I thought initially, because the last trade was a great win, but it was still a bit disappointing, because obviously I want to have a high R result every month, but you don't always get that. Okay, but one thing good is that I've ended every single month positive, never had a negative month. Now let's look at November and December. November and December were pretty disappointing to me because, again, although I ended both months positive, didn't lose money, but made very little money, and that's not good enough for me. And disappointed because, disappointed and happy at the same time. One reason is because most of my students did a lot better than me. In fact, I'll show you the aggregate results of my trades and my students' trades, and majority of my students did extremely well in November and December. And one thing was I was very conservative. I didn't take a lot of trades because I found them a bit risky, and my students took them and they did extremely well. So the irony is sometimes when you're very conservative, you don't take more aggressive trades, you don't end the month with very high result. But you break even, you don't take aggressive trades, sometimes you don't get those big wins to cover those inevitable losses. And the other thing that I could have done differently, which I'll share, would be avoiding taking a lot of short trades. Okay, usually I've mentioned before that I only take long trades when the market was very bullish, and the last 2 to 3 months the market has been bullish, but I took some short trades to kind of like hedge my long positions. And again, that was a mistake in retrospect. I kind of like attempted to outsmart the market. I thought, okay, the market's a bit overstretched, it's going to come down, I'm going to take some short trades, but the market went even higher. So in retrospect, if I had not taken those short trades to hedge my long trades and had just gone long, I would have done a lot better instead. But again, hindsight is 20/20. You learn from it and you move on and say, okay, how can I do better? Important thing about trading and life, I believe, is that there's no failure. There are only results. There's only feedback and learning experiences. And when you don't get a good result, if you give yourself excuses and say it's my bad luck, you blame the market, you blame something else, you never improve. So one of the things I realize is that whether I get really good results or results that are disappointing, I say, okay, let me take full responsibility for it. Now, I was too aggressive, I was too conservative, I missed certain trades, I didn't see certain trades, so let me learn from that. Okay, so let me start off by showing you November. So November, I ended the month with 1R, which is quite pathetic profits, but still positive nonetheless. Can see I took about 16 trades. We had, of course, winning trades would be 2.5R, 2R, 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 okay, and losing trades would be about -1R. So at 6 wins, 8 losses, and 2 break-evens, and win rate was 43%. So not that exciting. Usually my win rate is 50 to 60%. So when the win rate drops to 40%, 40% sometimes, you don't get those really good profits that you want. But again, the great thing about this system is that even with a win rate of less than 50%, you're still making money. Right? Very little money, you're still making money, because when you win, you're winning double. When you lose 1R, you win 2R. So that's the whole idea. December was again just 1R again. And again, I started off the month a bit disappointed because, again, look at it. I started with 4 short trades, right? And think about it, the market was bullish and I went short. What was I thinking? Okay, basically what I was thinking was that the market was too overstretched. It's got to come back. Let me do some short trades. And I find every time you attempt to outsmart the market will give you a slap in the face, right? So if I had just stuck to the original rule, okay, only go short when the market's on a downtrend, only go long when the market's on an uptrend, I could have avoided those first 4 losing trades, right? Minus 4R down, what a waste, okay? So again, not blaming the market, taking responsibility, right? So that's what happened. And but there was one good thing that happened in December that kind of like saved my ass. If not, could have been a negative month. Was at a great trade on FNSR. Okay, usually, as you know, I risk 1 hour to make 2 hour or 2.5 hour. And sometimes you get lucky, right? Sometimes the trading gods smile upon you. And I had 6 hour for this trade. In other words, for every 1% risk, I made 6% return. 2% risk, I make 12% return. And how did that happen? That happens when the stock gaps up above your target price. And so you exit at a much higher price than you anticipated. And what happened to this stock FNSR was that there was news that Apple was buying part of the company. So the stock gapped up and I made 6R on one trade. So that's dumb luck. Okay. So I always say that in trading, now if you guys remember in excuse me, this nagging cough. In October, I had a bit of bad luck, right? So in October, I did stock MGLN. And what happened was the stock gapped down after I bought it. So when it gapped down, instead of losing 1R, it went below my stop loss by 3 times. So I lost minus 3R. And I said that that's bad luck. Okay, so in trading, sometimes you've got bad luck. But you know what? If you keep trading, eventually you're going to have good luck, which was having this 6R win. So in the long run, the lesson is that the good luck and bad luck, they kind of like even off. So in the long run, your performance has got nothing to do with luck. It's got to do with following the rules consistently, having a positive statistical expectancy. Excuse me. So let's take a look at FNSR and what happened. So this was the trade, and it is a mean reversion trade that I took. So mean reversion means I'm going against the trend. I buy it when it's oversold. Okay. So I entered, let me see where it was. Boom, there. So as you can see, it was on a downtrend. Boom, 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 boom. And it was right here at the bottom of the downtrend. Okay. So I took a counter trend trade, which means I'm buying against the trend. When it's oversold, like a rubber band, I expect it to bounce up. So why did I take this trade? Because I saw a one white soldier pattern, right? So if you watch my video on candlestick analysis, you can see this one white soldier pattern that is a very, very powerful signal of a bullish movement, especially at oversold conditions. So essentially for this trade, my buy order was above the high of this candle at about 1817, about there. My stop loss was below the low of this low bearish candle, about 1714 thereabouts. So that was my 1 hour risk, right? So 1 hour is the risk per trade. That's my 1 hour of risk. And my target price was actually here, about 2072. Okay, that was my target price. So what happened when I got in, right? So the next day, the price went above the high of this candle, triggered my buy order. So I entered on this day, went up, and I thought, okay, great. So it's going to hit my target price, going to have a winning trade. And the next thing I knew, the next day, there was news that, again, Apple was acquiring a part of the stock. And boom, look at that. The stock gapped up way above my target price. So immediately on the gap up, it sold and I clocked 6R, right? So in trading, you'll get that sometimes, So remember that, yeah? And the good luck will offset the bad luck in the long run. Another trade was LMT, worth mentioning. So this was Lockheed Martin. And on the 8th of December, let's take a look. So this is a bounce trade, which is basically I'm buying as it bounces off the moving average. It's a trend following trade on the 8th of December. Let's take a look at this. Okay. So you can see a very nice wave pattern, right? Impulse, pullback, impulse, pullback, impulse, pullback, right? And it's finding support at the 50 moving average. Okay, and stochastics is oversold. You can see the industry, which is aerospace and defense, is in a very strong uptrend as well. So all the stars are aligned. So my entry was at the high of this candle, right? So as it bounced off the 50 moving average, I had a confirmation candle. I say, okay, I'm going to enter when it breaks the high of this candle. My stop loss was at the low of this swing low candle. So that was my 1 hour risk per trade. That was my 1 hour. And again, I gave myself a 2 hour target. Okay. So my target price was, let me check it out. Target price was 326.84. Okay, and this trade just closed yesterday, in fact. Okay, so here we go, right? So the target price was there. There we go. So the next day, the price went up above the high. I got filled. It went up, retraced slightly, and hit the target price yesterday. So that was another win. Okay. Another trade worth mentioning would be some of these trades over here. Again, this would be LII and PII. Very similar trades. So let me show you PII, which was on the 9th of November, and why I took this trade. This was a trade with a lot of confluence points. Okay, there we go. All right. So this was again a bounce trade as it was bouncing off the moving average. You can see the price bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. It's bouncing off the 18 exponential moving average. And then over here you see a gap up, right? It gaps up and then it pulls back to where it started the gap. Okay, so remember, gaps act as strong support and resistance levels. So it bounced, or rather it gapped up, and so I would say that is a support over there. Thereabouts is a support over there, right? And then it pulled back to the support. And so it's finding support at the 18 exponential moving average, as you can see. Stochastics is oversold. Industry is in a very strong uptrend. So, MACD is bullish. It's all very, very bullish. And if I draw a Fibonacci retracement from A to B, right, A, B, C, you can see that it is finding support at the 50 level, the Fibonacci 50 level, right? So that's additional confluence. I put my buy order, at the high of that candle, the high of this green candle. My stop loss was placed somewhere there, below the low of this candle. And again, a 2 hour target, somewhere there. So my target was 127. So I got filled the next day and it hit the profit target over there. All right, so that was PII, a bounce of the moving average with additional confluence. All right. So like I said, ended the 2 months up just 1 hour in November and about 1 hour in December. Overall, have been profitable every single month. Not good enough. I should be getting a lot higher profits, so expect a lot more of that in 2018 of the year. Okay, but let me show you my students' results that I've compiled in the last 2 months and in the whole of 2017 together with my results, you can see that some of my students are doing extremely well. And I always say that, you know what, it doesn't matter whether you've been doing this for many years or just started. If you are hardworking in managing your trades, you can do extremely well in this business. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now the compilation of all the trades that are done by myself and my students in the month of November and for the whole of 2017. December's not ready yet because I'm still compiling my students' trade journals. By the way, if you're one of my students who has enrolled in my course and you want to request for this so-called analysis, you can just let me know, send me an email. I'll be happy to send you this entire analysis that I've been doing for the last 3 years. Okay, so you take a look at November, you can see that, well, the first two strategies are the bounce and the Piranha strategy. The Piranha is also known as the impulse pullback strategy that is taught in the swing trading course. So you can see that there were altogether 21 trades taken by my students and myself. Again, many of them I missed out. Now looking back, I should have taken them. I was not aggressive enough. My students took them and they did really well. So 21 trades, and out of all these 21 trades, there were 11 that were bounce trades, bouncing off the moving average, clocking 20R, 9 wins and 2 losses with a win rate of 81%. Okay, for the impulse pullback of Piranha, it was a total of 10 trades, clocking 5R with a win rate of 44%. So overall, really good. And as you can see, I missed out many of these trades because, you know, I didn't see those trades. And again, some of them I was not aggressive enough. Instead, I took short trades to counter my longs when I should have taken more longs. And again, should have done a lot better. All right. These are the counter trend trades, which would be the Bollinger Mean Reversion, BMR, and capitulation. And you can see for these, there were altogether 20 trades that were taken in total. Again, a win is a 2R win, a loss is a -1R loss. So overall, there were 20 trades, 11R in total, with an expectancy of 0.55, 10 wins, 9 losses with a win rate of 53%. Okay, so this is for the month of November. And if you click on the last column, the last tab, again, for those of you, my students, I'll send you a copy, just let me know. This is a total performance of my trading systems for the last 26 months. Okay, and it's updated to November. December is not in yet. So there you go, that's November. And the first system, again, is the bounce system. And you can see the bounce system has an overall R of 336 out of 515 trades. There's an expectancy of 0.65. The impulse pullback system over here, you can see for the month of November, it was 5R. In total, out of 334 trades, was 157R with an expectancy of 0.49. The next one is the Bollinger Mean Reversion and capitulation, which is the counter trend trades. You can see the total R is 165 out of 373 trades with an expectancy of 0.44. Okay, so that's the overall performance of all the trading systems for the years, excluding December. So again, although a bit disappointed with November and December results, although they were positive, ended every single month positive, I'm very happy for the overall performance of 2017. Did really well, not just for stock trading, but for Forex trading as well. And did pretty well with some cryptocurrency trading at the side. So what really makes me happy is when my students send me their emails to share their performance. And many of my students have done extremely well in 2017. I'd like to share with you some of their emails to inspire you to go for great results as well. One of the emails I got in December was from Jing Hao. Sorry, I just got it in fact in January, right, just recently. He said, "Hi Adam, I'd like to express my gratitude towards your investment learning course as it really benefits me a lot in my investment pathway. I started up with a small capital around $10,000 US. My profit may be small, but in terms of percentage, I have obtained an 80% return in a year, which is very good, right? I'll continue to work hard and target higher returns with higher profit the next year. Besides, I would say Adam did a great job by offering the trading platform with a competitive brokerage fee. And the follow-up service is awesome. Thank you very much. And I always tell my students that choosing the right broker with the lowest commissions is very important as a short-term trader. If you use normal brokers with high commissions, there's no way you can make money because the commissions will wipe away your profits. So you need to use the right broker with the lowest commissions. And this was his trading records that he sent over. This was again from January to December. For a full year, he started with 10,000 US dollars and grew it to 18,000 US dollars. Okay, so there's an 84% return in 1 year. And he's just a beginner. He just started trading 1 year ago, right? 84% return. That beats many professional fund managers or professional traders who have been doing this for years and years. Yeah. So with the right strategy, you start right, you can do well immediately. This is from another student, Felix, who again started just 1 year ago with zero experience in the financial markets. And he sent me a Telegram message. Hi Adam, thanks for the teaching in Wealth Academy and Wealth Academy Professional so far. I managed to achieve 60% return last year, which is again great. This was his trading record. It started with 20,000, well not 20,000, I think it started with just over 10,000 US dollars, right? Ended with 20,000 US dollars, cumulative return 59.57%, which is almost 60% return for a year. Again, great results. This was from Mr. NH Wong. He said, hi Adam, this was sent in December. I'd like to share with you this exciting experience with my first trade since attending your Wealth Mastery Workshop in Kuala Lumpur, September 2017. Had just disposed a stock with a profit of nearly 6 digits, 60% return on investment, and 10 times what I paid for your Wealth Academy course fees. So I can tell you that whatever you invest in a course, not just my course or in someone else's course, if the course is good, if it works, you make back many times your investment. And the best investment you can make is in yourself first before investing in the markets. This was another email I got from Dexter, who's just 22 years old. Okay, and he said, hi, I attended your seminars 8 years back, okay, when he was a kid actually, right? Just wanted to say how I utilize the principles to achieve a few things in my life. Achieve a 6-figure portfolio at the age of 22 years old. My God, how many kids at 22 years old will have a 6-figure portfolio? Sorry, it's not 5-figure, my bad, it's 6-figure portfolio. More than 40% returns a year. Awarded an SMU scholarship, that's a Singapore Management University, and awarded the Dean's List in all semesters in Singapore Polytechnic. Right, so I hope I've inspired you. I hope I've inspired you to do well in 2018. I know in 2018 we're going to do very well together. So keep learning, keep subscribing, and keep watching these videos. So if you like this video, please subscribe below. If you'd like to find out more about our courses, online courses, go to piranhaprofits.com. If you're living in Asia, attend our live trading courses by going to wealthacademyglobal.com. This is Adam Khoo, and may the markets be with you in 2018.